So we picked up a Isotherm Freeline 115. It's our second DC compressor refrigerator. We used to have a Verti Frigo 115 in a trailer. So this is our second one. Kind of wanted to try out the Isotherm, see how it compares, and see what it has to offer. It's been running in our kitchen for just a little over 23 hours. We got it delivered a few days ago and picked up a DC power supply so that we could power it here in the kitchen. It'll serve as our wine refrigerator until we get our camper build done. So it's, like I said, it's been running for a little over 23 hours now. I wanted to just go over the power consumption numbers. We've been running it at 12.85 volts with our power supply. The power supply there uses about 4.8 watt hours running, so that does go into our power consumption numbers. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. Let's see. So it's running right now. Right now it's just ticked over. So in a little over 23 hours, it's used 380 watt hours. And my guess is the DC power supply is used about 110 watt hours of that, and then whatever inefficiencies are in the power conversion. So overall, it's used a little over 260 watt hours in the past 23 hours. I think Isotherm quotes it as a 260 watt hour consumption at 77 degrees Fahrenheit in 24 hours. And it's only been it's 66 degrees in the house here. So I'd say it's pretty close to what they quote. Leave it a little bit more, but I'm happy with it. So yeah, let's see here. Go back to... All right, so there are 4.5 watt hours, and that's just that running. So kind of go over the refrigerator here, initial impressions and some thoughts on it. Just look around it here. We got pretty standard stuff back here. Really well finished on the outside, though. Pretty happy with how it was finished. Really some nice touches back here, how well it's insulated around the gas lines that go into the evaporator. And let's see here, get this back down here so you can see standard DC compressor stuff back here. Got the condenser over there, and you see the fan running over there. No flange with this. There's some holes inside the unit that you can drive screws into, and then, sorry, my hand is, I've been using Dicor, and it's just absolutely covered. Anyways, use my other hand. So there's some screws that you'll go through the inside of the fridge that'll come out here, and that helps you secure it into a cabinet. So we'll show you that when I get it opened up here. So we've been using just a little bit off and on, opening the door just here and there. One of the things I'm not too impressed with is the handle. It's not metal, and it feels really rickety, and it just feels like you're going to break the darn thing. You know, you don't have a chance to look at these refrigerators in the showroom before you buy them. You just kind of got to do your research and roll the dice and swipe a credit card. So not too happy with the handle. It's funny, this refrigerator appeared on an Isotherm video from the manufacturer about 1.5 years, and when he goes to open it, this is his technique. He puts his thumb here on the top flange, and then he opens. You can kind of hear it's creaking, and just doesn't sound good. This should really be a metal handle. This is not the place to save money. And you can see, sheesh, it's already coming up a little bit. And when we received it, it had a crack here. Hopefully the seller or Isotherm is going to make this thing right and get us a new little trim piece to fix that up. So anyways, the technique is to put your hand here. I like to slide my fingers in. Just, you know, like I said, I'm sure they did this thousands of cycle tests on this design, but it's just rickety. It should be better. It should be metal. It should feel solid. I don't want to think about my handle breaking in the middle of nowhere when I can't replace it. All right, so thumb goes here, fridge opens. All right, so this is the refrigerator. It's got some pretty cool electronic controls here. So it's got this electronic control panel, and it actually has a digital thermostat, which is pretty nice. And I think that may be one of the reasons that this refrigerator is so more efficient than pretty much every other refrigerator of its size out there. We've had it set to the middle point. So this is the hottest, this is the warmest, and we've got it set to here. And I've been opening it, but before I did the opening and closing, it was showing about 39 degrees down this one here. It has an eco mode, which is kind of neat. What that does is when you select eco and the battery, your voltage goes over 13.7, 13.8, the refrigerator runs at high RPM and it just runs. And basically what it does is it puts cold into your food. And when the battery voltage falls below 12.5, then that feature turns off. And what happens is your food has absorbed all of that cold, and it kind of uses your food as a cold storage battery, which is pretty neat. Unfortunately, we're going to use lithium iron phosphates in our camper, and that means the feature won't be able to be selected and used automatically, basically due to the fact that lithium iron phosphate batteries, their resting voltage is like 13.2. So if my lithium iron phosphates got down to 12.5, they're probably nearly dead. So you can't use the automatic feature, unfortunately, of the Eco. You'll have to just turn it on and off when you're wanting to use it. So that's kind of disappointing. Kind of throughout the Isotherm line, they're just not recognizing that people are using these different types of batteries. They have a digital ITC controller that kind of does the same thing that you can add to their Elegance line and Cruise line. But again, that controller also doesn't work well with lithium batteries using the automated energy savings features, which is frustrating. I wish they would recognize that people are using these batteries. So anyways, enough of that. Kind of go through some other things here. This is the freezer, which is actually the main reason we got this. We were about to get the Isotherm Elegance 130, but that freezer is just too small. You can't put a pint of ice cream in it. At least the measurements show that you can't. Maybe you can. I don't know, but I don't want to risk it. So we like ice cream, and we like pints of ice cream. And I had a bad experience with a pint of ice cream lying down once when my refrigerator turned off, and it was a huge mess. So this huge freezer should allow us to store ample ice cream. And we like to put our water bladders in there of Camelback so they don't get gross things in them. So huge freezer, awesome. We're looking forward to that, and it's nice. It does stay up, but you got to be really careful not to close the door on the door. Kind of does not like that. So another little kind of weird thing I'm hoping Isotherm will make right. And you know, it's just a small thing, but the door it doesn't sit flat. I think the plastic is, you know, bent or something like that. So I'm hoping Isotherm will fix that up. Another thing we're a little frustrated about is the light. It's funny, they advertise this with like 5 bright LEDs. And when I turn the lights off, my camera phone is going to make the light look brighter than it is. But it sucks. All right. My camera phone is making it look like it's got good light. But you can see the shadows up there at the top. And it's just not good light. We had that Vertifrigo, and man, that thing, super bright LEDs. I'm not sure what they were thinking here. It's ridiculous. So we're going to probably add a light to it. Anyway, so. These are the little things I was talking about here. You take this out, and this allows you to run a screw through it. Unfortunately, it doesn't really tell you what size screw, so I guess you just kind of wing it. So you run a screw through there, comes out the other side of the fridge, allows you to secure the refrigerator. I kind of like this because I'm thinking, you know, we wanted to add a light to the refrigerator, so we'll be able to do that without drilling a hole in a refrigerator. We'll just kind of use this screw pass-through to add a light in here, give it a little bit more light. So it's got a nice pan here to help you defrost the refrigerator here and catch anything that falls out of the freezer. So that's pretty nice. A little weird thing, I don't know, I have to ask why they did this, but there's a screw you can see. It's not focusing, but yeah, there's a screw back there, and it doesn't let you pull this shelf out. I don't understand why you can take this shelf out. If there's a screw, you can't take this shelf out. One other thing too, I saw this climate class, climate class. Yeah, so it's ST. I mentioned that in the manual. I guess it's just the range it's approved to work in. Okay, so that is it. The Isotherm Freeline 115. Just wanted to get an initial impression video out there, and it's running right now. Let's see here. Okay, so it's running. It's using 63 watt hours, and the power factor, let's see here. What do we got here? Power factor is almost 100%, 97%. So that, honestly, I have no idea what that is. Maybe someone in the comments can explain it to me. I sort of think I know what it means, but I'm not going to actually say what I think I know what it means. So maybe someone can educate me. All right. So there you go. Isotherm Freeline 115. If you have any questions or you want to see any other details in the refrigerator, leave a question in the comments. Oh, and the door is reversible. Thought I mentioned that, which is one of the benefits to this center latching design. It's really easy to swap the door. You don't have to worry about messing with the latching mechanism. And one more feature that it does have, I haven't even used it yet, but down here you can see it. This allows you to put the refrigerator in vent mode, so it allows you to keep the refrigerator door kind of cracked so the moisture can evaporate when you turn the refrigerator off for storage. Okay, that's it.